Hey y'all. Okay, so I've been thinking about this, and it's something just really hit home with me recently. And after a coaching call with one of our leaders this week, and I was like, this is something we really need to talk about. So I want to give you a couple of stories. Number one, at the beginning of this COVID quarantine mess, I had one houseplant. I had two houseplants. Technically three. Okay, my story's getting screwed up now. But I had one houseplant that I've had for over 10 years. He had two leaves on him at the beginning of quarantine. I had an aloe plant because I just like aloe. When you burn yourself, you can pop some up. Anyway, I always wanted aloes. My mom, my grandmother have always had aloe in their house. For emergencies, I figured I need to have one too. And then I had a Christmas cactus that was gifted to me 2 years ago that literally looked the same in the pot I replanted it in as it did 2 years ago when I got it. Okay, not a plant person, right? Well, I decided during quarantine that I wanted to be a plant mom. I want to get good at being plant mom. I want to be good at having plants. So I started taking care of them, actually taking care of them, okay? Not only just watering them like I would do occasionally, I would just water them. I started doing other things. I started not just watering them, but I started talking to them. I know that sounds crazy. I'll get back to that in a second. I started researching the type of plant that it was and what I could do to care for it because one plant had two leaves on it that I've had for 10 years. It's a Wonder Why Phil. He's a philodendron, my OG, that I've had for 10 years since literally we did a science experiment in my 4th grade class, and one of my coworkers was in charge of buying the plants, and he gave us each a plant, and I've kept it since that science experiment 10 years ago. And I've almost killed him many, many, many times. Overwatering, underwatering. I don't even know how he's managed 3 moves in 10 years living with me. Okay, but he has. So I decided I'm going to learn more about philodendrons, which are apparently hard to kill, but I was very much on the way. How much water they need, how much sunlight they need, talking to them, finding out about Christmas cactuses, the one that I had planted and I repotted, and it still looked the same that day as it did 2 years ago. Apparently it was like on its deathbed, like on its last root before dying, because I literally never watered it ever. I didn't put it in the right temperatures it needed to be in. Apparently it needs to be in the dark at some point in order for it to bloom correctly. I don't know. My aloe plant wasn't really doing anything because I was overwatering him. And so anyway, I decided to take it upon myself to research how to take care of these plants correctly. I started talking to Phil. Phil's my OG. He's the one I've had my very first house plant. I talk to him all the time. I tell him that he's my OG. I tell him that he's over top of my kitchen sinks. I see him every day. And so I tell him, I'm like, good job, bud. Like, you're looking good, looking sharp, man. Taking care of him. He's still in the very same planter I put him in 10 years ago. Okay, still in the very same planter. Since I've been talking to Phil in the last 6 months, he is massive now. He is getting so big. It is insane, okay? And I know that sounds crazy, but my point is that I've been focusing on being a plant mom and taking care of my plants and learning about my plants. And now I have many other plants. Still not great at succulents. My aloe vera, I'm still trying to figure out. His name is Aloe Black. I'm still trying to figure him out real well, figure out how much, because I want to water them. I want to baby them and water them a lot. And I know now that aloes and succulents like to be neglected, and that's just really difficult. I did learn this one thing to help yourself with your positive affirmations. If you name one of your plants after yourself and you talk to your plant and name it and you say, Katie, you're looking so good today. Katie, you're doing such a good job. You're growing so big. Look at you, Katie. That will do 2 things. It'll A, help your plant to grow more, and B, help yourself to grow more. So my point is what your focus on truly does grow. When I have a summer garden, and my fall gardens don't do as great as my summer gardens, but I have a summer garden, and the thing is in the summertime in North Carolina, if you put seeds in the ground, if you just go out there and put the seeds in the ground and then never touch it again, chances are a drought's going to come along. They're not getting enough water. They're going to wilt and die. Okay, if they even spring up out of the ground. So you have to focus on your summer garden. You have to focus on watering it properly, making sure it's weeded, making sure it, you aerate the soil, tilling it up a little bit every once in a while, that you possibly give it fertilizers, but you're making sure that it's getting enough water since it's going to be in the direct hot heat and in the sun. Talking to your garden plants as well, but learning about those plants, finding out what plants like to be around other plants and don't like to be around other plants, and how far apart you need to space them. The spacing on the seed bag is important. And when it says 18 inches, don't do 12 just to save get more plants in your garden. You want to give it 18 inches, or otherwise your squash are going to be growing over top of your marigolds and whatever else you plant in your garden. But anyway, so my point is what you focus on most definitely grows. Okay. The second that you take your focus off of that thing, it's going to deflate. Okay. For instance, back in the beginning of quarantine, not only did I take on plant mom life, I also took on wanting to get, stronger. Like, I'm sitting at home doing nothing, like may as well exercise, even though I will find any excuse in the world not to exercise. Here with the kids all day, every day, I can't necessarily go running, and I don't really love the jogging stroller. So what can I do at home? So I started doing these things with other people in the Scentsy world too. Started doing these. I love you. I think it will be done in just a minute. Okay. No. I love you. So what I started doing was these little monthly challenges. So I did a push-up challenge, I did a plank challenge, I did a wall sit challenge. I don't know. And then the last challenge I did was like you had to do 3 or 4 things a day, and then I just got bored of it and stopped doing it. So what happened is during those couple of months that I was doing these challenges, I was seeing growth in my body. I was seeing my biceps were getting bigger. My triceps especially were getting stronger. Like when I would flex, there was actually muscle definition there instead of, just an arm. My legs were starting to get more tone. And I could do at one point I could do a 5-minute plank. That is insanity. It's hard, by the way. I could do a 5-minute plank. Well, the second that the plank challenge was over, the next week, when I went from doing literally a plank challenge 7 days a week to not doing one at all, the next week, like a week later, I could barely hold a 1-minute plank. A lot of it was mental. I will say the whole plank challenge, a lot of it was mental. I'm not kidding you guys. When I was doing the plank challenge and trying to hold my body in a flat, straight line, like a board for 5 straight minutes, I was listening to praise music. I was praying during, and not just praying to like not let go, but like praying for strength while I was holding the plank. I mean, it is a mental thing. I kept telling myself, you can do this, you can do this. I can do it, all things through Christ who gives me strength. Like seriously, I was praying during that. And that's what got me to do my planks. I'm not kidding. Thank you, Jesus. But the second that I stopped focusing on doing a plank every single day and increasing my time by 10 seconds every day, that's when I was not able to hold a plank anymore because I quit focusing on it. So in the plank challenge, you had to increase by 10 seconds every day. Just 10 seconds. Like you can just hold it for 10 more seconds, can't you? Sure you can. Like who can't count to 10 and like be done, So it was a small increase every single day. So I started out at like a 30-second plank, and by the time I ended the 30-day challenge, I was at a 5-minute plank by increasing by 10 or 20 seconds a day. It's crazy. And yeah, there were times when you went from like being at like one of the challenges, like one day you're holding it for 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and the next day you're holding it for 4 minutes. I was like, what is a 30-second jump? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, challenge? Like, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I can do that. And I kept telling myself, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. And my husband was like, just do it. Just start. And we get to that 3-minute, 30-second mark that I held yesterday, and I'm like, I have to go to 4 minutes. Oh my God, what am I going to do? And so like I started getting in my head, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to fall. And I'd feel my lower back like starting to sag, and I'd have to like tighten my muscles again to get it up there. And I'm like praying, I'm shaking, you're sweating, your heart rate's elevate, your heart rate's up even though you're not even moving, your heart rate is like sky high, and you're shaking, and you're like, oh my God, just get me through this, just get me through this. And I would seriously be praying like, Jesus, get me through this, Jesus, get me through this, please get me through this. Like I can do this through you, I can do this through you. And I would hit the 4-minute mark, and I'd be like, wow, oh, wow. I'd be like, wow, I did it. Thank you, Jesus. Okay, it wasn't easy. It was not easy. But my focus was on what I wanted. My focus was on strengthening my body. My focus was on strengthening my core. My focus was on holding my core. My focus was on this thing. Okay, that's what I focused on. And the second that I stopped focusing on doing a plank challenge every day was when I couldn't do a plank challenge for more than, even right now, like doing a plank challenge for a minute. Are you kidding me? Like, I don't know that I could do that. It's the same thing in your business. So I'm well into this call. I'm telling you guys these stories that you're probably like, what does this have to do with Scentsy? The thing is, guys, I got off a coaching call earlier this week last week, where we discussed what to do in my business. Like, my business is okay, but I need more ideas. Like, my next month I don't have anything front loaded on my calendar. I don't have anything going. Like, what can I do to get sales for next month? What can I do? And it's like, what can I do in my business? Well, guys, I will tell you this, like in my personal business, my sales are the best they've ever been. I've literally in September and in November, I've had my best months ever. In September, my highest PRE before that was September 2017. Okay. Surpassed it in September. Here we are in November, and I've even surpassed that by $1,000. And it's crazy. It's insane. I don't know where this is coming from. I do. I have focused a lot on my sales. I've focused a lot on Scentsy Club. Oh my gosh, like Scentsy Club is not a one post and done or a one time tell your customer and done. It is a constant thing you have to focus on. It is what you're putting in your orders every time. It's on your thank you notes. It's specific flyer that you're putting in your orders. It's going live to your VIP group or even on your Instagram and showing your Scentsy Club order when it comes in. It's you subscribing to Scentsy Club first and foremost. It's you literally screen recording how to edit your Scentsy Club. It's you announcing every single time you have somebody join Scentsy Club. You make a big deal out of it on your VIP page and say, welcome to the club. This VIP just went to my ride or die status or whatever you want to say, but you're making a big deal about it, okay? And then you're rewarding your Scentsy Club people. You're treating them with things. You're sending them mail whenever their Scentsy Club goes out. It's free scent circle or something that you got for free and half off when you did your follow-up orders. Guys, I mean, in 2020, I went at the beginning of quarantine with 7 Scentsy Club subscribers to right now I'm sitting at 25 Scentsy Club subscribers. How did I do that? I focused on Scentsy Club. I talk about it all the time with my customers. I tell them the benefits. When I have those people who are like, Christmas cactus is my jam, I can't lose it. I'm like, you need to get Scentsy Club. Bring back my bar. I got a wink and a smile. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I need like 12 of those. No, you need Scentsy Club. And you'll get it forever. Okay, you have to solve problems for your people. When I have people who are like, well, what's the benefit of Scentsy Club? Well, you get a discount. It comes directly to your door when you want it. And at $60, you get a half off product. You can get a brick for $12. You can get a whiff box for $15. Whiff boxes are worth more than $30. You're getting it half off. Like, problem solve for the people. Let them know what's in it for them. Okay, my sales are on point right now. I hope they continue to be that way. But you know what? I'll be really candid with you guys. My sponsor is not on point. Like, I haven't sponsored anybody. A reinstatement this month, but I haven't sponsored anybody. I'm not focusing on that. What you focus on grows. So I know now, because I'm already doing my 2020 reflection, I'm already doing that now in my notebook. I'm writing down things I want to reflect on. I want to reflect on my scent of the month, how I'm giving out samples for scent of the month, because that needs to change big time. I'm reflecting on my VIP group. I'm reflecting on my social media. I'm reflecting on Scentsy Club and how that's gone, what I have done. I'm reflecting on my Happy Mail. I'm reflecting on my mentorship and my leadership and my sponsoring and my systems, reflecting on and I'm reflecting on all these things, and I've literally written down like those bullet points in my dump book. And when I take my break, when Christmas time comes and I take my week off, I'm going to sit down with this book and I'm going to write down my reflections of what went well, what didn't go well, and what I want to change for 2021, how I want to make it different. So I know that in 2021, if I want to grow my business, if I want to grow at all, then I have to help other people succeed. And I've got to continue to share this opportunity and this blessing with other people. And I need to step up my sponsoring game. End of story. End of story. You as a leader, you as a Scentsy consultant, you are not successful until you help other people be successful. That is literally how multi-level marketing works. You are not successful if you're not helping other people be successful. Okay? You don't make money until you help other people make money. That is literally how multi-level marketing works. It's a win-win solution. It's a win-win situation. Okay? Scenario, whatever you want to call it. But I'm here to tell you that whatever you focus on works. If you focus on talking to your plants, if you focus on speaking positivity and manifesting things out there and claiming things out loud, visualizing things before they even happen, you will trick your mind into focusing on those things and making them come to fruition. Okay. So don't just, focus on something, but know why you're focusing on it. What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you want to get out of it? Manifest, hold on a second. Really have that vision in your head of what you want 2021 to look like. I mean, think about like whatever your situation is. I'm just giving an example here, but like, do you want to get a new car next year? Do you need a new car? What does it look like? What color is it? What year is it? What make is it? What model is it? What does the interior look like? What kind of sound system is in it? Are the windows tinted? Are you going to get them tinted? How much does it cost? Visualize it and then focus on how you're going to get to that thing. Okay. If you're looking to grow your business, grow your paycheck, visualize that paycheck. Write yourself a paycheck. I did this recently and I need to do it again because I finally cashed that paycheck I wrote myself 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I wrote myself a paycheck and I finally cashed it. So now I need to write myself a new paycheck. Was it easy? No, it was not. Was it a simple thing? Yes. I wrote that paycheck. I had it in my office and I stared at it every day. I got so close to it, so many months, so close to it, but I would never reach it or exceed it until recently. And it makes me so happy. Like, I can't stop grinning about it because I'm like, that's amazing. So write yourself that check. Okay. Visualize literally down to the detail. What is that car you want in 2020? What does it smell like inside? Of course it's going to smell like Scentsy, but what does it smell like? What's the very first scent circle or car bar you're going to put in there? You're going to hang in it. Does it have a key fob? Is it electrical? Like you can... Does it have an auto start? Does it have the seat warmers? Oh yeah, the seat warmers. I love them for my lower back. That's how I know I'm aging. Love it for my lower back. Does it have seat warmers? Does it have captain seats? Does it have a third row? Is it an SUV? Is it a car? What is it? Is it a sport model? Does it have chrome wheels? I don't know. I don't know anything about cars, but anyway, like visualize it. Then focus on that. Focus on creating goals and a plan of action that is going to help you to bring that vision to fruition. Okay? So it's a several part process of visualizing and then manifesting and praying for sure. And also doing the work, focusing on it, putting your energy on those things, speaking positive affirmations, studying up, learning more, doing the things, doing the steps, not letting anybody get in your way, not chasing people. Put your head down, stay in your lane. There's no traffic there. Keep moving forward. I love y'all. Have a great day.